the Invincible podcast, Unpopular Opinion Edition. I'm Eldine, Arjun over there.
Hello, everybody. So, the first video of this potential series of the unpopular opinions is Mo Salah a top three winger in the Premier League? So, Eldon, what do you think, man?
I don't think he is. He's not top three.
We've talked about this so much, and I don't know, these past few seasons, I feel like you've been paying more attention to the Premier League since City is probably doing well, and probably your rivals are trying to push you, but you could see Mo Salah.
I'm not saying he's not good. I just want to get that, in the clear.
Yeah, okay.
But he's not a top three. Like my top three,
Yeah,
I'd
what's your
probably go
top three?
Mane, number one, because I think he's
Okay.
more important than Salah in
Yeah,
Liverpool.
I agree.
I'd say Sterling second and Son third. That's my top three. I don't know why. I like Sterling, and we'll talk more in depth. But I think Sterling is very important. I think he's really underrated. Yeah,
Okay.
he does have games where he, kind of goes missing, but I think
A lot of games.
he's really underrated if you really
There's
look at it.
a lot of games where he goes missing.
I don't know. I'm kind of half it. And then Son, the reason I put Son over Salah is just I think Son brings so much to Tottenham. Where if you take away Son, Tottenham's really are gonna suffer big time than Liverpool would with Salah. I don't know. What's your top three?
Okay, so obviously, Mane is probably just a close superior over Salah. And I feel like we could both agree on that.
Yeah.
So Mane is probably number one for me. Number two is Salah, of course. I feel like if you could break the Premier League goal scoring record as a winger, it's very tough. And in this Premier League climate where probably you can argue that the defenders you're facing are harder than the defenders in the past. It's it's very, very tough. And third, I have Son. I feel like Son is one of the most underrated footballers
Agreed.
in the world. Not even in the Prem, but I feel like in the world. And Sterling is not even close to probably my top five, I think.
Really? But
I don't think he'll land no.
The thing with Salah is I agree he broke the record, but when was that? 2017, 2018? That's
Okay.
two, 3 seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then would he be in top three? Absolutely. Now, if we're talking, I think Mane surpassed him. I think Son is better. I think Sterling's surpassed him.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, he had a great season that season. He's had some good, but when he did that, that was way before. That was 3 years. 3 years is a big difference. Big difference, especially in football. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
His numbers have decreased big time. No, I mean, for his standards at least, have decreased big time from that season.
But they're still good numbers. You would agree, right?
They're good. They're good numbers. But I just feel like overall, his impact at Liverpool at times is more negative than positive.
Mm-hmm.
I think he takes a lot of chances when Liverpool are playing. The chances Liverpool get because of their attack and the midfield pushing forward, they get a lot of chances in games. And the thing is, Salah takes so many of them when there's times where he could just spread the ball. There have been so many times where Mane's been open, Firmino's been open. We criticize Firmino for not scoring that many, but there have been many times where he's so unselfish. But there have been many times where he could have, received that last pass, that squared ball from Salah to finish. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, I know the incident you were talking about. There was one incident when Mane, Salah, it was in a Burnley away game. Mane was just pissed at him and stuff. But I feel
exactly.
Yeah, no, I agree. Salah at times he could be selfish, but I don't know, he's such a top finisher. I feel like you would want a top finisher like him to be selfish at times. But I guess some of the times he should have passed it, but most of the times where he takes the chances, he probably scores just the most unbelievable goals. And being a top goal scorer and the main lead frontsman in your team, especially for Liverpool, who've been wanting to get that Premier League trophy, it's just you need to show that desire to score. You know what I mean?
But okay, so
if you're in such good form, you know what I mean?
I understand that.
I wouldn't stop.
I agree, and But the thing is, like, especially towards the end of the season, like after the break in the League as well, he's really dropped. That season where he broke the record for Liverpool when they went to the final for Real Madrid, he was scoring goals in the Champions League as well. And now
Okay.
he's really dropped. He had 11 goals that season in the Champions League, 32 in the Prem, and now his goals have gone down to 4 in the Champions League this past season and 19 in the Prem. For a player, if you're going to be your top goal scorer in, you expect that in the Champions League and the Premier League, then you've got to put in the goals. And 4 goals in the Champions League. He was gone against Atletico. He was gone for when we played them. Now, this was before I think they won the title, but they were on their way of pretty much winning the title. But we still played them, and he was gone in that game too. There have been games where he's starting to, disappear as well.
So wait, which game are you talking about where he was gone? Like in the early game or post-COVID when they actually won the Premier League?
Okay, like I said, it was post-COVID, but I don't think they won the Premier League yet. They played us. I'm not sure if they won the Premier League yet at that point or not. I think it was the game afterwards they won the Prem. But but still, it's still a big game. Whenever you play a top team, like, if you're gonna play City, you expect your players to show up, even if you've won the
Yeah.
Prem.
No, I mean
They were
like
chasing awards. They were chasing records at that point, and they were chasing 100 points, and they didn't get it.
yeah, I mean like you guys beat him 5-0. Like you can't say like he's the only one who's been gone in that
Oh,
team.
that is true.
Like if your team can't score, like your team can't score. If like the team's not providing you stuff, like it's been like just a whole like all around like performance. It's obviously a team game, so like
Mm-hmm.
if your teammates are not pulling the edge, then how else are you gonna do the work? But like if we're looking at like how you're saying with Sterling, I don't know how Sterling is second for you, because Sterling is not like
I'll
he's
tell you
not
how Sterling
after.
had more goals than him in the Champions League the past 2 seasons. He had more goals than him last season in the Premier League.
Okay,
Sterling, Sterling. A lot of people do not show the same. Like Sterling, I saw a stat last season. He had about 45 to 50 goals and assists together in all competitions.
I think it was 2019.
Was it 2019? Okay, so maybe all right, 2019. That is
2019, I don't
very.
think it was last
It
year.
wasn't 2018. I think it might have been
Because
2019.
last season he was gone for like the second half of the season.
Mostly of 2020 he was gone, but like no, that was
2019.
2020 when he was gone. That
Yeah,
was
okay, then
earlier
20.
this year. But 2019, yes, he was on form. He was scoring goals. He was right behind Messi
Okay.
for goals and assists. That is really underrated because people still talk. Okay, yes, does he still miss his miss against Leon? That is a huge miss. You don't miss those if you're a top, winger or even top player. But
Just anyone.
yeah, that is true. At the same time,
Any top professional.
at City, he's not at Liverpool. Salah is known as he's going to be the one to score goals for them. At City,
Hmm.
Sterling, he's not the person for that. We still have Aguero. We still have
Okay.
Jesus who pulls through. At that point, we had Sane who was still scoring for us. De Bruyne brings in a lot of goals and assists.
Sane was
Well,
during
Sane was
the end
injured
of
last season, but
the
during
year.
that time, he was still, he scored
Okay.
against Liverpool, a big game against Liverpool.
Okay.
So, Sterling he's not our main guy who we look for goals. We still have
Yeah.
top strikers other than Liverpool who don't have a scoring striker, I guess, if you want to call it.
Yeah. I feel like what's incredible is about Salah scoring goals. Like, I'm not saying like Liverpool overall is not a bad team and they can't produce. Like, obviously he has Robertson, Trent, supplying him, going kind of cutting down the wing with him or like crossing balls towards him. But I feel like since De Bruyne showed up for you guys lately, especially last season or like
Mm-hmm.
during the end of the year, Sterling's been getting a lot. Like, yeah, I agree. He's been popping a lot of goals, but like, I don't know, this past few games, even against Wolves today, when or not Wolves, Leicester, you guys lost 5-2. Like,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it's probably like the worst game I've seen with uh Sterling play in for City, and like, I
Yeah, that
honestly
game,
don't think.
that game is tough, and it's tough to really get. I'm not trying to bring up excuses, but we were missing about like 7 to 8
Yeah,
first team players.
yeah.
It's
Forget
always
about
tough.
the overall performance or whatever, but I feel like Sterling and
He
Lex
should have came through. He should have came through in that type of situation where you're missing both strikers.
exactly.
You expect that third person. I agree, but there have been times where Salah has done that as well, where he's done that as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, like with Sterling, I don't know if he could take the game by his by the scruff of his hand or whatever, like the tip of his hand. I think Sterling sometimes he lacks like even in the game, he can't even hold the ball. Salah, I feel like he could hold the ball, draw pens, and just turn defenders more easily than Sterling. I don't know, like Sterling is a good dribbler. He could drive at players, but I
Well,
feel
they
like
have two different like. I think the thing is when you're kind of comparing those two, yes, they're both wingers, but they have both two different body types. Like Salah's naturally more stronger than
yeah,
Sterling. You can see it
yeah,
in his play too that he uses his body a little bit more than Sterling. Sterling's not gonna,
yeah.
he's not more, he's not gonna go out and try to outbody a defender than, but Salah is more willing to. And the thing is, because we have De Bruyne, Liverpool really don't have a midfielder. Now you could kind of talk about Thiago, but like they didn't have a midfielder who could really push the ball forward. So that's why their wingers, Mane, Salah,
Yeah,
he
Firmino is
needed
still
to,
playing. Yeah.
and Firmino needed to push the ball forward more than City's wingers. You look at Sane, he never really pushed the ball forward as well. Well, now he's gone, but like Mahrez, no, he hasn't really done that. Other than maybe Bernardo, but he kind of plays in the midfield position as well.
Mhm.
So that because we have the midfield, we had Silva, we have both Silvas, De Bruyne, Foden even pushes the ball forward. So
Exactly.
two different things, and it's kind of tough to really compare Salah and Sterling in a way. And even though we are, I don't know, just something about Salah. I think he's really dropped, big time. I think last season was a disappointment, especially in Champions League as well, when they
Oh
got
yeah,
knocked out against Atletico.
but
It's
you
really
guys were disappointing as well too.
well, yeah, we lost to Leon. That is true.
And yeah, we obviously talked about Sterling.
Yeah, I think we both agree that Son is a quality underrated player.
Yeah,
So he
better than
goes.
Sterling for sure.
It's half and half, half and half. I don't know. That's half and half. I think we both agreed that Mane's the best winger in the Prem.
Okay, yeah. And I feel like maybe one thing that probably divides Mane and Salah, like he has a Champions League. Sterling doesn't.
That is true, but then again, Sterling has about two Premier Leagues now
Oh, Salah has a Premier
overall.
League now. Yeah.
Okay, well, one compared to more FA Cups, Carabao Cups. There's
Okay, yeah.
Hey,
They're
trophies
struggling
are
as well.
trophies. Trophies are trophies at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I feel like the caliber of the trophies that matter most. You
A
know what I
third
mean?
place finish in the World Cup.
Okay, yeah, but Egypt and Senegal. I
Hey,
mean,
I mean,
come on, you just
hey,
Egypt.
I'm just saying, if we
Okay,
were gonna bring it up,
so
we're gonna bring it up. We're gonna do it then.
okay, if you probably like got squared, if
Hey,
Kane squared the ball to him in the World Cup
Croatia
final,
made it to the
the World Cup
final.
semifinals, yeah.
So you can't really. Hey, if
Now
Croatia made it to
you can't compare Croatia and
Iceland
Egypt.
made it. Iceland made it to semifinals of the
Okay, yeah,
European.
Iceland are different.
Oh
Egypt,
my God, I'd take freaking Egypt over Iceland any day.
oh my, okay.
Okay, this is gonna turn into a national debate over here.
Nah, I'm sorry. No offense to Egypt, like they have a good team. Salah, Higazi, Al Neni, like they have like a well balanced team. But I don't know if they're can't you have to like undermine like they qualified for the World Cup like after probably like
Well, yeah, there was like a last minute penalty.
decades.
The
You know what I
Salah
mean?
one.
Yeah, and like hey, Salah carries Egypt. I'm pretty sure I could safely say that.
But
But
one thing I don't want, like I was gonna bring up that I forgot, is the thing
yeah,
with Salah though, especially that season where he won the World, not the World Cup,
qualify.
the what's it called when he broke the record for goals.
Okay, yeah.
That season and the season after that, he was diving. I mean, he was getting criticisms for diving for penalties, and he was receiving a lot of penalties.
Oh yeah,
And
I
remember,
hated that. Yeah.
he was their penalty taker. He's still their penalty taker. So a lot of his goals were penalties, and a lot of them should never been penalties. A lot of his goals they came from offside positions as well. I remember there were times where they would score and they had the guy crossing was an offside position right to Salah and he finished it. So there were a lot of fluky kind of goals that he scored, penalties, offside, those types of things that he scored that people were like, okay, well that's kind of weird. So
Yeah.
that's one thing that like there were a lot of goals that he could have easily 5 or 6 that easily could have never happened. But of course, football goes like that. You get lucky with those
Yeah,
decisions.
I mean, it happens, but like you shouldn't be doing that intentionally as a
That's
footballer. I
true.
agree. But another thing I want to like point out, like Salah is a big game player. I feel like Sterling doesn't show up as much in big games. Like obviously we talked about that Lyon game, but like I don't know. I probably see him score a hat trick against West Ham like last season. Like big deal. I see him score against Wolves when you guys lost to them away. Like I don't know, like nothing crazy like Manchester Derby esque or like
Hmm.
Liverpool v Man City or Man City v Chelsea. You know what I mean?
That is true. I mean, when we beat you guys 6-0, he kind of came
I
in.
mean, everybody came through at
Yeah,
that
that's
fuck
true.
that
Everybody
shit.
came in. We were just sharing goals at that point.
But like I know like Mo Salah be scoring Puskas nominating
All right,
goal
okay,
against
all right. We're not
Everton.
gonna bring that up because there's no way he had better goals that whole season other than that one. The
Yeah,
one against Everton, that was just like a random goal. Look, not even like that was just a bad goal to win the Puskas. That was
yeah.
just bad.
I, I mean, it's a good goal, but
I mean,
yeah,
it was a good goal, but
it
it's
doesn't take
not
away
one.
from the fact like Merseyside derby scored against Man U. Like I feel like after like a couple of games he's been lacking goals against Man U. He's been scoring against them last season. I mean, he scored against them last season where like it really mattered. Scored against us,
I mean, I don't doubt that he's not a good player. I think he is a fantastic player, and it was a big vibe at Liverpool. I mean,
in Champions League semifinals or quarterfinals against you guys.
that was quarterfinals. Yeah, I mean, he came through there too.
Exactly.
That is
Even
true.
Ox did. And Ox, I don't know where he lives
Yeah,
now.
I
Okay,
don't know.
forget
It's
about
always a
Ox.
tough one. I mean, it's not like I hate a lot, but I just don't.
Champions League final. What am I saying? Sorry.
Okay, that final.
I mean,
That was
penalty is a penalty. You have to
Sissoko.
score it.
Sissoko really messed that up for Tottenham. But then after
Yeah.
that, neither like even Tottenham or Liverpool, none of them really did anything after that. I mean, after
Yeah.
taking 1-0, that's when you take the game to Tottenham, especially because they were still, playing cagey the whole final.
Yeah. I mean,
That was your opportunity to really get second, third, fourth. They could have easily done that, but they were playing cagey as well as the Liverpool side. And, Klopp, you never really expect Klopp side to play
yeah.
cagey.
I mean, like, doesn't matter how you win the final. It's just that you win it. You know what I mean?
That is true.
The 2012 final, like, we can talk about the worst performance of a Champions League winning side.
And you guys still won?
Yeah.
Well, Salah, I don't know. Whatever you guys, if you guys think he's top three, I mean, put it in the comments if you guys think he's top
Yeah. Who
three.
are your top three?
Who is your top three wingers? Who are your top three players in the Prem? Who are your top three wingers in the Prem?
Yeah.
And what do you think about the Salah Sterling debate? Because it was really Salah against Sterling versus Sterling that we were kind of
Yeah.
debating. And I don't know. Put it down in the comments. Who do you think is better? Who do you think is going to be better this season? And I don't know. I just feel like Salah, he's kind of gone out of that top three. That's my
Nah, he's always been in top three. But make sure to like, subscribe, and share to your friends.
Let's just
And
grow this channel up. So, if you love football just like we do and you want to talk about it, just grow this channel up. And then, so we could do some fun stuff in the future as well.
yep.